All right, howdy 8th graders. So we wanted to make a video showing you guys how to put together and assemble your eco columns, because some of you probably didn't have a parent available during class so that you could assemble them together. So really quickly, we're going to go through the steps, show you guys how to puncture and cut your bottles, and how to get all your supplies prepped, okay? So in front of me, I've got all the supplies I need for the eco columns: gravel, soil, seeds, fish food. I've got my dechlorinated water, so water that's been left out for at least 24 hours. I have my ruler, two 2-liter bottles. I have my live specimens, my fish and alodia. I have my push pin, and I have some scissors. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure my bottles are clean and the labels are removed. So if I wait too long, that's hard to do in retrospect. I'm going to take off my lid, use my push pin to push a hole in the lid, and then wiggle it around to make it a little bit wider. All right? Then I'm going to take one blade of my scissors and carefully just wiggle this guy in, making a nice wide hole, opening it up, and that'll be what carries my wick through, okay? Now, to cut the bottle itself, this one's full of a little bit of liquid. What I'm going to do is start by I have to make 2 cuts. So on one I have to cut the top off, on one I have to cut the bottom off. I'm going to start with the terrarium portion, the portion that'll get soil. So on this seam where the bottle meets the bottom and starts to curve, I'm going to poke 3 holes really close together, right? Then I'm going to take my scissors, give it a little pinch, and very carefully insert, preferably the sharp side of the scissors, without cutting myself, and cut all the way around. I don't want to cut too low on the bottle, so I definitely have plenty of space for both my aquarium and my terrarium, okay? So this will be the top half of my eco column. That means this bottle will become my aquarium portion. So I'll cut, again, right at the seam where the curve meets the body of the bottle. I'll poke my 3 or 4 holes. I'll pinch it so I have something to cut into. Insert the sharp or the pointier blade of my scissors, assuming that there's a difference. And be nice and slow and delicate, right? You can wiggle that to make sure that you don't have to push too hard. Once I've got a little bit of the cut started, I'll go all the way around. To finish up. Once I've got this portion done, and I've got my cap with my hole, I forgot my wick, pardon me. I'll take my wick, right? This will transport nutrients and water in between the soil portion, the terrarium, and the aquarium, the aqueous portion. I'll pull my wick through. I don't want it to dip too far into the water. I just want it to touch the surface. Once I've pulled it through, I'll feed it back into my terrarium portion, screw the lid on, and set this in, okay? Then, just like we did in class, you'll add your gravel to the very bottom. This portion will get soil, and you'll see that the wick wants to make a nice curly Q. So as you add your soil in, you want to encourage the wick to make that spiraling shape. After I add my soil and my gravel, I will add safe water to the bottom, and then last, I will add my live specimens. I'll add my fish. After you get all of this assembled and your fish are nice and happy in their new home, the next time we're in class, we'll all together worry about planting seeds, and I'll walk you through how to water those without flushing too much of the soil down into the base. So make sure you have a parent with you. Before you add your alodia, make sure you get a primary measurement with your ruler, right? So part of science is making sure that we always record our starting points. So we want to know how long our alodia is, so at the end and throughout the project, we can measure its progress, okay? You guys go ahead and make sure you have a parent to keep you safe, and feel free to email if you have any questions, okay? All right, bye everybody.